Also, a severe geomagnetic storm is currently underway. It is caused by large expulsions of plasma and the magnetic field from the sun.
It's 6:07, and right now the Earth is on a geomagnetic storm watch through the end of the day. Space weather forecasters say an outburst of plasma from a solar flare could interfere with radio transmissions on Earth.
Negative impacts can include damage to satellites.
You can lose radio communications. As the ionosphere absorbs more energy, that can cause drag on things like GPS satellites, so GPS systems can be affected as well.
This is a disaster. Just like how many of you are scared of the theological concept of hell, you should also be scared of this announcement by NASA. Practically, just like in the series Game of Thrones, winter is coming, but this winter is much worse. Is the world about to come to an end? If not, how critical will this hit from space be? Join us as we investigate this massive solar storm that might storm the world, its astounding power, its dangers, and maybe a good thing that can come from it. Recently, the U.S. Space Agency, NASA, announced that a solar storm that could interfere with Earth's electricity and internet might be coming very soon, maybe sooner than you even expect. Several media sources state that NASA's Parker Solar Probe program caller provided the agency with information on the solar storm. The goal of this mission is to unravel the secrets of the solar wind and corona of the sun. This was launched in 2018. In connection with this, NASA launched a car-sized spacecraft in 2021 to pass straight through the sun's atmosphere to track energy flow and measure wind speed. So when the news came out that the world might just be coming to an end, a lot of people, especially the older generations, became very scared. You might be wondering why. Well, let's break it down to you. Imagine discovering one morning that your phone was not working, your internet was gone, and everything was in complete chaos. This is a real menace waiting to happen. Scientists are warning of a solar storm that could destroy our technology and shut down the power supply for weeks or perhaps months. With our growing awareness of the potential devastation caused by solar superstorms, the ripple effects would affect every aspect of our lives, including how we communicate and maintain the coldness of our food. Due to increased radiation exposure, the increased solar activity puts satellites, spacecraft, and even spacewalking astronauts in danger. Earth will be at risk from solar activity as well, because it will cause massive geomagnetic storms that could disrupt global positioning systems and high-frequency radio communications, GPS. An internet outage or shutdown of the internet could result from this, but the exact time and date of these activities are still a mystery. Just to understand better, let's have a view of the solar cycle. What is a solar cycle? It is influenced by the magnetic field of the sun, which flips every 11 years or so, turning north into south and vice versa. Variations in the magnetic field of the sun impact the level of activity on the solar surface. The solar system is impacted by the magnetic field's reversal. Venus and other planets without a shielding magnetosphere are fully affected. The magnetic poles on Earth also reverse, although they do so at a far longer average time interval, roughly every 300,000 years, according to NASA Climate. A pole reversal occurred approximately 780,000 years ago. Again, imagine the Earth floating in space, shielded from the sun's constant radiation and particle bombardment by a massive, invisible screen called the magnetosphere. Occasionally, though, the sun becomes enraged and launches a large cloud of plasma and magnetic fields in our direction. Scientists refer to this phenomenon, known as a coronal mass ejection, or CME, as a geomagnetic storm because it disrupts our magnetic shield. Like a cosmic dance-off, things can get a little crazy at times between the sun and Earth. The intensity of these storms varies, but at high enough levels, they have the power to interfere with technology, produce beautiful auroras, and even affect wildlife. How are we so sure? History never lies. It just happens that this storm had happened in the past when technology was not so advanced and people were not exactly happy. Even then, Carrington Event. In 2012, there was an almost powerful solar storm that threatened to do catastrophic harm. Many of you might not know this, so we would not count it as a hazard. However, the most recent noteworthy occurrence of a comparable scale to what is being foreseen, referred to as the Carrington Event, happened in 1859. The geomagnetic storm at that time was so strong that it caused telegraph lines to unexpectedly catch fire and shock their operators with electricity. Moreover, auroras, which are often only visible close to the poles, were visible everywhere thanks to these powerful storms. The electronics of satellites circling the Earth could sustain serious damage from a solar storm the size of the one that occurred in 1859. Important navigation and communication systems, such as the Internet's reliance on GPS time synchronization, might be affected by this. Now let's delve into a deeper explanation, starting with the geometric storm. Geometric storm. The foundation for measuring geomagnetic storms is laid by comprehending their fundamentals. The planetary K-index is a useful tool for measuring variations in Earth's magnetic field. Think of it as a storm meter with 9 representing complete cosmic mayhem and 0 representing calm. Similar to a weather forecast, except for space, this scale aids scientists in predicting the strength of geomagnetic storms. The larger the number, the larger the celebration, and the greater the necessity to be ready for any technical glitches, such as erratic GPS or unreliable power systems. The effects of a geomagnetic storm on Earth are extensive, impacting not just power grids and GPS navigation systems, but also communication links. We're left dealing with disturbances akin to those from the pre-tech age as a result of this cosmic domino effect. Even our satellites in space will not be spared. They can be knocked around, disrupting weather forecasts and global communications. And don't forget about our animal, who may begin to go off course due to a malfunctioning GPS. As we see how the Earth and technology are bearing the brunt of these storms, let us not forget about the alarm system in place to warn us of approaching solar weather. This is where the Space Weather Prediction Center comes in. This functions similarly to our Galaxies guardians in monitoring cosmic weather. This is not your typical weather notice. The prognosis predicts a moderately intense storm with a G2 rating on the cosmic scale. But there's always that special thing that comes with disaster. And for this particular storm, it is the Aurora Lights. They experienced it in the 80s, and we will most likely experience it too. What does this mean for us? It's like having a front row seat to one of nature's most breathtaking light shows, Aurora Lights. The Aurora Lights, also known as the Northern and Southern Lights, are more than just beautiful hues in the sky. They serve as a reminder of our profound connection to our sun and the universe as a whole. Aurora is a stunning byproduct of enhanced solar activity during the solar cycle. The sky is illuminated by stunning light displays that occur when solar particles collide with Earth's atmosphere. The substances in Earth's atmosphere that the particles strike determine the color of the aurora. Crashing nitrogen molecules results in red hues, whereas oxygen molecules give green hues. When geomagnetic storms sweep through our planet's magnetic field, it's not just our electronics and grids that feel the heat. Our furry and feathered pals do as well. Consider birds who are suddenly unable to determine which way is south, or sea turtles who become disoriented on their journey home when the Earth's natural GPS fails. These storms disrupt the Earth's magnetic field, which many animals rely on to navigate. They appear to be attempting to navigate a constantly changing map. Things don't get much better during geomagnetic storms. Communication networks can fail, leaving us in an oddly loud quiet. Satellites, the golden glue that holds our digital world together, can fail, causing anything from weather forecasts to international calls and GPS errors. They may make a routine drive into a wild goose chase. While the impact on Earth and its inhabitants is significant, there is also the opportunity to watch nature's most awe-inspiring spectacle, auroras. Viewing the Aurora Lights is akin to searching for cosmic treasure. And when a geomagnetic storm approaches, that wealth glows brighter and closer than ever. However, seeing the fantastic show is not as simple as going outside your door. You need an ideal location away from the city's glare. where the sky is a black canvas for lights to paint on. Timing is essential since these lights enjoy dancing around midnight. But keep in mind that nature does not follow a timetable. So, if you want to see the auroras in all their grandeur, you'll need to be flexible and patient. Some apps and websites act as personal aurora forecasts, advising when and where to look. Dual nature. Finally, recognizing the dual nature of geomagnetic storms illustrates the intricate link between Earth's nature and vulnerability to cosmic forces. Geomagnetic storms are the universe's method of demonstrating its dual essence, which combines chaos and beauty. On the one hand, they disrupt our reality, interfering with everything from our phones to our electricity supply, and even causing our animal pals to become disoriented. The sun appears to be reminding us who is truly in charge with a light show that can interrupt our daily lives. But then there's the other side, the beautiful auroras. These natural light displays are a silver lining, transforming the night sky into a canvas painted in vivid shades of green, purple, and pink. It's nature's free motion picture hit, proving that beauty can be discovered even during chaos. The essence of our relationship with the universe is encapsulated in the dual character of geomagnetic storms, which are violent, unpredictable, and incredibly beautiful. Geomagnetic storms present both wonders and problems as we explore their potential. They educate us to find beauty amid chaos and serve as a reminder of our vulnerability to the forces of nature. They also provide us with breathtaking displays in the sky. However, when winter comes, we have to be prepared. Are you already preparing for the unknown? Do well to share your ideas in the comments section below if you have heard them previously. Don't forget to subscribe to A World to Discover for further fascinating observations of nature.